Hello traders, Rich here and here's a quick but detailed update on GBPJPY. As usual, if you like video analysis, let me know in the comments or simply leave a like. So let's get started. As we clearly see, GBPJPY has been stuck inside a small range, inside a bigger range between our support and resistance, and it's currently approaching the upper bound of this range, which is also a resistance zone. We've got multiple rejections from it previously. That's why we'll be looking for sell setups on lower time frames, unless of course we have a daily close, an aggressive one above this resistance. In this case, it will become a support and we'll be looking for buy setups on the retest of it, expecting a movement till this supply zone. If we zoom into H4 time frame, we can see the range even clearer in the shape of a symmetrical triangle, also approaching the upper band of it. So we'll be looking for sell setups unless we have this break. If we zoom into H1 time frame, we see that we've got a new major low forming, and for the bears to take over, as I always say, while waiting for the bears to break below this previous low for them to prove to us they are strong enough to take over. The entry would be here, the stops would be above the previous high, which might be here or might be a little bit lower in case price forms new highs before breaking, and the take profit would be a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio to have an edge over the market from a risk management perspective. Meanwhile, until the bears take over, GPGPY can still trade a little bit around this area before breaking, or even keep on trading higher and break above the zone, as I mentioned from daily time frame. Before we continue, I want to tell you about Tickmill. Tickmill is established in 2014 and is one of the leading Forex and CFD brokers with registered users from more than 200 different countries. Tickmill is a no-dealing desk and ECN broker regulated in many countries like the UK, Cyprus, and recently in South Africa. With Tickmill, you can trade a wide range of instruments, starting from Forex to indices, commodities, and even crypto. Most importantly, with very low spreads and trading fees. If you don't have an account yet, make sure to create one using my referral link in the description below to benefit from 5% discounts on your trading fees. And let's continue. As we clearly see, US 500 has been overall bearish for a while, and lately we broke above this falling wedge pattern, so we had a shift in momentum from bearish to bullish, especially after making this higher low. At our first impulse, a correction, and we are currently in the making of the next impulse movement upward. But we are currently around a resistance zone. We can clearly see multiple rejections from it previously. For the bulls to remain in control and to have this extended impulse movement, we need to see a daily close above this area above around 4185. Once we see this break, we'll be expecting a movement to the upper bound of this channel, also the next resistance zone around 4.3k. Meanwhile, we might be seeing a correction movement from here, especially that we've got CPI today in a couple of hours. If we zoom into H4 time frame, we have been overall bullish inside this big impulse that we saw from daily time frame that started after breaking above this consolidation. Lately, we broke below this previous low, which is last week, and we are currently experiencing a shift in momentum from a short-term perspective. We are around the upper trend line right there. So we've got two possible scenarios as mentioned. The first one is if we break it higher and close a daily candle above this area, expect a bullish movement to the 4.3k. The next one is to see one more impulse movement, maybe failing to make a higher low or even test the lower bound before the break happens. In this case, if you drop lower, I'll be looking for buy setups as a trend following buy around the lower bound, around the support and lower red trend line. If you zoom into H1 time frame, the confirmation that the impulse would start would be by breaking below this low, just like pretty much this one, and so on. And previously the correction started here, so correction, impulse, correction, and we are waiting for the impulse to start as mentioned. If we break this one downward, if we break it downward, expect further bearish movements, and of course I'll be updating it accordingly. Best of luck, and I'll see you hopefully on the next one.